going to go through the paint. It's going to go through the post. It's going to be in the hands of Lauren Betts. But she's really good at recognizing the double, the triple team, and she can engage the players that are spot-up shooters.
UCLA in the home whites, Michigan in the road blue and maize. UCLA winning the tip. Lauren Betts gets it to Kiki Rice, one of the best guards in the nation, and we are underway in Los Angeles on the campus of UCLA. Kiki Rice back door and powers through the contact for the first bucket. Looking for a quick answer. Silas Swords can't connect, but comes away with it. Mila Holloway, number 3 in blue, the freshman point guard for Michigan, has the ball in her hands right now. Here's another freshman, Olsen, 15 points per game, tied for the team lead with Swords. Shot clock at 3. Holloway inside, and Dugalić at 6'4", affecting that one, and it's a shot clock violation. Michigan out to a tremendous start with this young roster. 3 freshmen and Kim Barnes-Arico, 2-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, the most wins in Michigan history. She's done a fabulous job with this young roster.
She has her team playing hard, and let me tell you, you can make some mistakes in this game, but when you play hard, it covers for them. They're going to give it 40 full minutes.
Angela Dugalić, the 5th-year senior, with a beautiful turnaround J. Hobbs, quick answer from 3, no good. And the freshman for UCLA, Elena Arnasalo with the rebound.
Hobbs is going to put the ball up from 3. She's going to be quick. She's got a quick release. She wants to shoot it quick. She knows if they have that shot, they're going to take it pretty quickly.
Corey Close, she also, what a job she has done with this year's team. Back-to-back Sweet 16s, but they felt like they had much more, and this is their year. Now ranked number 1 in the nation. Betts inside, too strong.
Yeah, you get Betts around the basket. There's that switch again.
And she takes advantage. What a start for the Canadian Silas Swords in her freshman campaign. Betts again, double team, pushes through it, and it gets another bucket, who averages 5 dimes a game to lead UCLA. Swords gets her shot off, can't connect. Betts inside. Dugalić 6'4", give and go with the 6'7" Betts. That one off the edge of the backboard. Arnasalo feet set, and that's money. And a quick timeout. You can feel Michigan wants to play fast. Olivia Anderson turning the corner and gets the lefty off the window.
Yeah, what a nice job there.
Good job in transition defense by Greta Kampschrader. Kiki Rice dynamic when that defense isn't set. Tamia Gardner, the 3-point shooter, transfer from Oregon State, 6'3". And speaking of 3, the 3-ball from the true freshman Olsen is true.
Came into this match shooting 32 threes at 25%. They'd like her to shoot more. They're giving her the green light.
Holding her ground defensively, Grabovskaya, and Betts off the mark. Olsen baseline, shovels it to Swords. First time out, certainly Michigan with a 7-0 run. Made the adjustment. Tamia Gardner won't go for her, and Swords and the Wolverines with a chance to tie after falling behind by 9.
Nice closeout by Dugalić.
6'3" into the paint, and that one will finally nestle into the net.
You can see the fearlessness that we explained. Holloway playing, trying to kind of come into her own as the quarterback and the floor leader of this team. Another freshman. They really just, ignorance is bliss for this Michigan team. They want to play hard.
3 freshman starters, all average double figures. Betts spin move, well done.
Really deep seal there by Lauren Betts, and that's going to be really hard to defend when she gets that deep. Michigan wants to focus on that, taking that away.
So out of the timeout, they go inside to Betts with effectiveness. Olsen, feet set. That was straight on, but too strong. Now Kiki Rice in the open floor. On the 6'3", Hobbs with the left hand.
Well, the Euro step really really works well for Kiki Rice, and you can tell that she has worked hard in the offseason to really work on her craft. What a great read as she got closer to the bucket. UCLA is going to get a lot of tips at that three-point line and runouts, and Kiki Rice is oftentimes the recipient of that because of her defense.
They have moved their starting lineup around quite a bit this season to try to find that sweet spot. There's not often the 6'1" Olsen gets in the lane and can't find a way to get a shot off. Michigan hustling, tipping it, and in the hands of Corralled Daniels. Swords working on Rice and puts it off the window. Her composure. You knew it as soon as she faced the #1 team in America, South Carolina, to start her career, and she almost a 6-point loss in game 1 for Michigan. She showed no fear. Here's Jaquez fighting through contact for the bucket. 10 seconds here in the first quarter to go. Swords takes a look at the clock, working on Rice. Step back, 3 off the back rim, and Barker.
I just think it's such a neat little story there to understand how much Swords appreciate that mentoring and that coaching. And Natalie Achamwa, she's not easy on these players. She's tough. She knows their potential. She really gets after them, and just really have appreciated getting to know her these last few days.
Kiki Rice, tough turnaround, won't drop. Swords out ahead. Oh, what a dime! Kiki Rice recovers, but that pass from Olsen was on the money, and it just goes to show you there's no easy bucket.
I know you want to maybe come back and get yourself a little bit of a better angle. My only question to her was, did she feel like she was too far underneath the bucket?
Backdoor cut, well executed.
Parker's got 2.
And so does Michigan's Olivia Olsen, who just recently had to take a seat on the bench. Oh, great job at splitting the lane. Kendall Dudley gets it ahead, and that's Jaquez.
Turning a ball over at that place on the court is tough.
Michigan rebounds their own miss. Hobbs has an opening, short on the 3, and Kiki Rice with the carom. Oh, Barker flying high over the top. 3 freshmen in your starting lineup, but this schedule has been built for veterans.
They lost to South Carolina by 6. They lost to Oklahoma, who was 10th at the time, by 10 points. I mean, if that doesn't tell you the type of talent and growth and what they can build on, then I don't know what does. I mean, this is the Michigan team that's just playing some really good basketball right now, hanging around the great #1 team in America.
Woo. They have this 8-point lead. Camp Schrader, pump fake.
And she just kind of loses the handle there. She knew that pressure was behind her.
Betts working on single coverage. Double team comes late.
Bit of a drop step, turnaround, and was kind of thinking about maybe kicking it out. You could really tell the methodical thought process of her really working on her move with her back to the basket.
Coverage begins at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, only on the Big Ten Network. Olsen left open, too strong. And Rice swings it on the skip pass. Good catch by Lauren Betts. The pass off target, and then she returns a beautiful dime to Jaquez.
Hard cut by Gabs. You have to go hard, and you have to be ready.
Ooh, quick answer. Swords, 13 points in the first half. That's her first 3 of the day. Jaquez. Gardner fighting for the board, but it is cleared away by Grabovskaya. Hobbs going to work on Gardner, goes right to the rim.
And she can protect the ball on that right side.
And Hobbs has improved her productivity 4 years in a row. Now the senior leader for this young Wolverines group, doing a fantastic job. Londynn Jones, the southpaw, true from the corner. Jones set a UCLA record 87 made threes a year ago. Olsen fade away, got it.
Physical talent and the speed of this game. She's going to be able to do more of that and make shots.
Rice on the ground. And too much. She'll earn a couple of foul shots. Swords and Olsen, those two freshmen, just do not look like freshmen. 23 of the Wolverines, 27. Londynn Jones, feet tangled, hits the deck.
Where can I score? Where can I create?
So 4 different players for Michigan have 2 personals. So until you pick up your third in the first half, you're in pretty good shape. But on that verge, you don't want to pick up that third.
The thing that impresses me with these freshmen is how hard they play. They understand the pace of the game. You've got to go hard.
Corralled Daniels working on 6-7 bets and bets. Too long. Blocks that shot, and UCLA will push. Betts, beautiful feed to Dugalić, too easy.
And that block by Betts turns into a bucket at the other end, and it was patience, looking for the right shot. Dudley, who made a great cut, and now a second defensive stop.
This UCLA team is willing and able passers at all 5 spots. Their assist rate, one of the best in the nation. And there we go again. Dugalić to Rice on cue. Jaquez with a good defense. Hobbs has it. Short on the 3 ball. Swords comes away with the O-board. Less than a minute to go before halftime. UCLA with another turnover.
I tell you, the Bruins are relentless with their pressure. They just will make you pay. And when you're on the sideline, you're in the corner, you're going to get stuck, you're going to have 2. You're going to have hands, and they're going to be active. You better have an outlet.
Rice gets it to Dugalić. This time she goes on the floor. Pull-up jumper. Pretty. I'm telling you, I talked to her before the game. I said, your game reminds me of Alana Smith, the former Stanford Cardinal, now in the WNBA. She goes, I see that. 3 seconds till halftime. Swords got it at the buzzer. 18 points, 2 for 4 from deep. She's made 7 field goals and even 50%. She has carried the load, and so good to see her back in the lineup. That 5-star recruit in her first season playing wearing the blue and maize. And what a freshman campaign she is putting together. UCLA jumped out to an 11-2 lead to start this game. We'll see if they can start the second half the same way.
A little bit of a zone here by Michigan that they're showing. They're trying to change things up. We saw Nebraska zone this UCLA team for a little bit.
Kiki Rice fadeaway gets the kind shooter's roll.
You know, this is where this will test UCLA. As you see a pick here, he's got Dugalić.
Carnicello going behind the back.
So Dugalić,
a torn ACL, missed an entire season. A member of the Serbian national team, and her game this year, she is playing better than ever.
I think, you know, she really needed to improve her rebounding to be consistent and also being a high-low passer. She's done that.
And here she is, ball in her hand, 6'4", pushing the ball, and the finish wouldn't go. Hit every part of the rim and wouldn't go down. Michigan has it. Swords left open. That's all the space she needs.
You mentioned 27 versus South Carolina, and already 21.
Oh, and then the pick by Olsen. 2-on-2. Fakes it, takes it, makes it, and one.
Olsen very well. They scouted her. They knew where number 1 was at all times, and she did not have her best game. Listen, she's a freshman. She's got a lot of growing to do, and she needs that experience. And she has come in, and she has been big. She got 9 points, 4 of 8 shooting, 2 rebounds.
Kiki Rice, 2-player game with Dugalić. And another offensive rebound, and 2 more by the Bruins. You miss, and it still doesn't matter. They grab the offensive board for a bucket.
Well, that starts with Tamia Gardner, her hustle at the basket. She got her hands all over that one, and she was fighting for it. Lauren Betts was on that right side to get that finish, but Tamia Gardner, you really point to her. Great effort.
So Hobbs has had some clean looks, wouldn't go. She gets the roll on that one. She's got 6 points, 3 of 10 from the floor for Michigan. Gardner, corner pocket three. No shot prettier off the hands than Tamia Gardner.
And her mom and dad in the stands, I'm looking at them right now. They absolutely love it. Had a chance to sit with them at practice yesterday.
Kiki Rice with a steal. Look at her go. Beats Hobbs for the bucket. Olsen jumping over the top, but not the second time. Betts with her third block of the game.
Really such maturity there by Lauren Betts, just being able to stay in a place where she can effectively impact the play with a tip and a block without calling the foul, without getting fouled.
Betts gets deep position down low and finishes with her offhand. That's just too big, too strong.
Well, and when you're going one-on-one against her, she's going to have the space in the room to get a deep seal.
I love her game, though.
Well, imagine what kind of threat she'd be, at least, if she can start making that three-point shot.
So Michigan again in this zone.
Yep.
Betts has it inside, and it's deflected and knocked away. Swords against Rice, and Rice has to let her go. Swords with 23. Barker. Mid-range J won't go. Oh, excellent find by Holloway.
She runs the floor like that. You got to give her the carrot at the other end.
Gardner might have been deflected. I think Anderson deflected that one, and now she's on the move, and she's going to score in transition. What an exchange for Olsen. An 8-0 Michigan run.
It just gives me the feels, Elise. You were a player. I was a player.
Your mom and dad are in the stands
today. It's just, there's just something really special about that feel. Gives me goosebumps to see her parents over there.
No question. Hawkeyes straight line drive, and then a high teardrop off the window. Olsen has a dozen points. Now Holloway looking inside, a lot of white shirts. And that personal will be called against Barker. I thought it was more Jones that got her hand.
This Michigan team needed Yulia out of the transfer portal for height and physical play.
Marisalo kicks it to Dugalić. And that one rims out.
Good zone defense coverage there by Michigan. Tried to force UCLA to shoot over the top. Did not give up any of that space in that zone.
Swords getting checked by Dugalić. Dugalić
off balance. I know that she's not shooting well, but she does so many things really well, does Dugalić. And Sword says, I've got to try to be disruptive.
Over 25 times this season. Her career high 27. Marisalo drives and kicks. A Barker pull-up jumper. That one was off the moment it left her hands. Hobbs behind the back. Cam Schrader's been in double figures the last 2 games in a row, but has been quiet offensively, has yet to get a bucket. Hobbs gets checked by Jaquez. Barker spin move, feels contact, count it.
They want to run the other way. Jaquez was already looking up the floor before she even took a dribble, Elise. She was looking to see who was running the floor, and you know.
All the way from Marietta, Georgia. She has been a fantastic rebounder and defender for Corey Close and the Bruins this year.
Corey can play her at the 3, the 4. If she needs the 5, doesn't really want to, but predominantly the 4.
Had to when Betts was injured.
Yep.
Hobbs into the lane and gets it off the glass. Tough finish from Hobbs. At the buzzer, Jaquez. So Michigan fell down by as many as 15. UCLA, Ohio State, and Maryland all in the top 10.
We talked about how tough that loss was, UCLA to LSU last year in the tournament. They knew they had to shore things up defensively, and that's what they have done. Defense has become the anchor for this UCLA team.
Betts switches onto Olsen, and Olsen can't get the shot off. Here's Swords. She's also stonewalled. Hobbs, pretty footwork, and that one won't drop. Michigan gets it back, though, 20 on the shot clock.
I thought Swords might pull the trigger, but
Swords just 2 away from a career high that she set against South Carolina.
Coach Barnes-Arica will tell you that she says, you know, when you talk to Silas, she'll say, I'm so thankful to be able to be here with this young class of women and be able to do this.
Betts, another bucket in the paint. 13 points now for the junior. Swords backdoor.
You know, come to them, and that's, I think, what you're able to see. When they move that ball, there is good energy, and they continue to get better at that, according to Corey Close.
Oh, Jones.
Open up when the ball goes from point A to point B to point C.
23 assists on 26 makes for UCLA. Hobbs slicing in for another bucket. Parker, what a dime across court. John throwing a fastball cross court to find Jones. Olsen had a window, wouldn't go, and now Betts looking for her 4th block. Instead gets
She has to put it right in the glove, Elise. Charlie Sledger-Walker the other day was in Tijuana passing out gifts to a home that had young girls, ages 10, 11, 12, young adolescent girls who had been rescued from sex trafficking.
Quad 1 win on the line for both teams. UCLA, of course, knocked off number 1 South Carolina on their home floor earlier this year. Gardner, high arcing 3, left short. But this is the first ranked team they've faced since seeing the Gamecocks. Swords, career high, 28 points. Dugalić throws it up top for Betts, and her shot is short. Holloway, pull up, good decision, cashes it in. Five on the shot clock. Rice finds Jones, 3 ball short. Oh, the offensive board by Dugalić. The defense was there from Michigan, but they couldn't get the board. Olsen looking for the quick answer, and it falls off the rim. Now Rice, inside out dribble. A staple of Corey Close's teams to attack the offensive glass, but they're shooting at a much higher. But the rare misses, they have been collecting offensive boards. So less than 5 minutes to go. Betts, her length disrupting. Kiki looking around, Michigan gets back.
Smart
and now
decision.
Betts one-on-one, and 4:19 to go. Kiki Rice. It's the riser Dugalić. Mid-range jumper is nothing but net.
Well, pretty. She came off, I think she came off a floppy screen on that inbound play. Might have been, doesn't matter. Nevertheless, she gets it, and that just great rhythm shot.
That's a nice job of rebounding, but Grabovskaya can't put it in, and Betts with her 8th double-double this season. It is a 6-0 UCLA run over the last minute and change. Oh, Londynn Jones! And the shots are falling down for Jones, her 3rd 3 of the game, and it's a big one, pushing the lead out. It's a 9-0 run, and that run stopped. Holloway, the freshman. Holloway completes the 3-point play. And Kiki Rice methodically works it up. Love the fact her mom went to Michigan and her grandpa went to Michigan. So a legacy kid coming to play for Kim Barnes-Arica all the way from North Carolina. He said, my mom knows everything about the campus. Swords with 28 points, a career high. Into the paint. Fade away. She's got a 30. Oh, and a big 3-ball by Dugalić.
Defense shift, but that ball has good energy when it's working around the perimeter.
The 4th block for Betts, tying a season high, and it is a finish from Gabriela Jaquez.
So it's not just a block deep.
That's the John Wooden. Block the shot, keep it in bounds. And they've got another defensive stop. Rice crossover. Oh, the explosive finish from Kiki. Pulling away here in the fourth. Hobbs loses the handle against the defense of Dugalić, and the possession will go to UCLA. Lauren Betts, the double-double, her 8th of the season. That is tied for 8th in the NCAA, and add a dime. The door open, and Dudley gets to the rim.
They got close, then UCLA pulled away. Michigan had to work hard. They got close again by Michigan here today. And I know Corey Close is going to go to that post-game presser, and she's going to give a lot of praise to how hard Michigan made UCLA earn this one. But they have hit their average, Elise, 83 points a game, and there it is for UCLA.
The press from Michigan forces the turnover, and on the second try, it's an and one. Lauren Betts has been subbed out here with the fourth quarter lead by Corey Close. So Betts, 35 minutes. Great to see her back in healthy. Dudley back onto the floor for UCLA. And more competitive, just like they were in a 6-point loss to South Carolina. Ohio State up next, but that will be at home. But this Michigan team is dangerous.
They didn't even have swords available on Sunday. Their second leading scorer and their leading rebounder. Bottom line is, you want quad 1 wins, and that will help you. Now, net ranking is still the foundational structure for how the committee will look at it.
Holloway with a pretty mid-range jumper. Pressure forcing another turnover, but in the fourth quarter, 29-20, they have outscored the Wolverines. The #1-ranked team in the nation goes to 14-0. The UCLA Bruins were tested by the Wolverines.